My dear brothers and sisters across Africa and the diaspora, it is with immense joy and pride that I bring you this groundbreaking news from our beloved Burkina Faso. Today marks a historic moment in our continent's journey toward self-sufficiency, economic empowerment, and food sovereignty. If you've been following the incredible strides Burkina Faso has been making under the visionary leadership of President Captain Ibrahim Traoré, then you already know this represents another bold step forward in our collective liberation. But if this is your first time hearing about these developments, prepare to be inspired, because what we're witnessing here is the kind of transformative progress we've all been praying for across our motherland. Just 4 short months ago, the revolutionary government of Burkina Faso took a decisive step toward food sovereignty by establishing Faso Kossam, a state-owned dairy company with a clear and powerful mission: to completely transform Burkina Faso's dairy sector and break the chains of dependency on foreign milk imports. And today, I'm thrilled to report that they've already delivered on their first major promise. The official reopening of the milk processing plant in Cissin represents far more than just the revival of a factory. It marks the beginning of a full-scale dairy revolution that will soon spread across the entire nation. This isn't simply about producing milk. This is about creating jobs, restoring dignity, and achieving true economic independence for the Burkina Faso people. The significance of this development cannot be overstated. At this very moment, Burkina Faso spends an astonishing 12 billion CFA francs every single year importing dairy products, money that should be circulating within our own African economies, creating wealth for our people. Meanwhile, due to years of neglect and failed policies, only a shocking 2% of locally produced milk is currently collected and processed. This means 98% of our dairy potential is being wasted while foreign corporations grow fat off our consumption. But those days are now coming to an end thanks to the bold vision being implemented through Faso Kossam. What makes today's reopening of the Cissin plant so exciting is that it's just the first domino to fall in a much larger, carefully planned national strategy. In the coming weeks, we'll witness the revival of the much larger processing unit in Faso Kossam, followed by the reopening of facilities in Bobo-Dioulasso, Dori, and Kouri. The government has set an ambitious but achievable goal. Within just 5 years, Burkina Faso aims to be producing at least 50% of its own dairy consumption needs. Just let that sink in for a moment. Within half a decade, 1 out of every 2 milk products consumed in the country will be proudly Burkina Faso made. This represents a monumental shift in our continent's relationship with food production and economic sovereignty. But this initiative goes far beyond simply replacing imports with local products. The government is building an entirely new industry from the ground up, with an uncompromising commitment to quality. During the inauguration ceremony, officials had the opportunity to taste the first batches of locally processed milk from the revived Cissin facility, and the reports are unanimous. The quality is exceptional. This commitment to excellence isn't accidental. It's a core part of the government's vision. They understand that for this revolution to succeed, Burkina Faso dairy products must not just be available, but superior in quality to the imported alternatives. The economic ripple effects of this initiative will be truly transformative. From cattle herders in rural communities to factory workers in urban centers, from transportation and logistics providers to market vendors across the country, this dairy revolution will create sustainable employment opportunities at every level of the value chain. And when the billions currently spent on imports begin circulating within Burkina Faso's own economy instead of flowing out to foreign corporations, we'll witness the true meaning of economic liberation in action. This is how nations build wealth and prosperity from within. Now, I want to speak directly to all of you, my dear Voice of Africa family, because this is where each of us has a role to play. Whether you're in Burkina Faso or anywhere else across our beloved continent, we must recognize that true economic liberation begins with our daily choices. The Prime Minister himself made this point clearly when he urged all Burkina Faso consumers to consciously choose local dairy products, because every single purchase represents a brick in the foundation of our economic independence. To my incredible subscribers and loyal members of this growing community, I want to take a moment to thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's because of your engagement, your passion, and your commitment to Africa's progress that we're able to amplify stories like this one. You are the reason why alternative narratives about our continent's potential continue to spread. Together, through platforms like this, we're rewriting Africa's story, transforming it from one of dependency and exploitation to one of unstoppable self-reliance and prosperity. When we step back and look at the bigger picture, what Burkina Faso is achieving with its dairy revolution provides a powerful blueprint for the entire continent. For far too long, Africa, the continent with the world's most arable land, the most resilient farmers, and the deepest agricultural knowledge, has remained a net importer of food. This absurd reality is the direct result of decades of misguided policies and the lingering effects of colonial economic structures. But under visionary leadership like we're seeing in Burkina Faso today, that tragic reality is being challenged and changed. President Traoré's agro-pastoral offensive represents much more than just milk production. It's about taking full control of our food systems, our natural resources, and ultimately, our collective destiny as Africans. And if Burkina Faso, a nation facing immense security challenges and economic pressures, can make such dramatic strides in just a few months, imagine what's possible when other African nations follow suit. This is the power of political will combined with people-centered policies. As we celebrate this important milestone, it's crucial that we understand the broader context of Burkina Faso's food sovereignty efforts. The country has simultaneously been investing heavily in cereal production, with reports indicating significant increases in wheat, maize, and rice outputs. This multi-pronged approach to food security demonstrates a comprehensive understanding of what true independence requires. It's not enough to focus on just one commodity. Real sovereignty means developing full control over all aspects of your food supply chain. The social impact of these policies will be profound. By creating viable economic opportunities in rural areas through dairy farming and processing, the government is addressing one of the root causes of migration and urban overcrowding. Young people will have reasons to stay in their communities and build livelihoods rather than risk dangerous journeys abroad. Women, who traditionally play central roles in dairy production at the household level, will see new avenues for economic empowerment. This is how you build a stable, prosperous society from the ground up. What's particularly inspiring about this story is the speed of implementation. In just 4 months since its creation, Faso Kossam has already delivered tangible results. This rapid progress puts to shame all those who claim that African governments can't execute projects efficiently. It proves that when there's political will, proper planning, and a commitment to serving the people rather than foreign interests, African institutions can achieve remarkable things in remarkably short time frames. As we look to the future, the potential for expansion and innovation is enormous. The government has already hinted at plans to eventually produce value-added dairy products like cheese and yogurt for both domestic consumption and export. There's talk of developing training programs to transfer modern dairy farming techniques to local producers. The vision includes creating a fully integrated supply chain where Burkina Faso farmers, processors, and distributors all thrive together in a virtuous economic cycle. This is why I'm so excited to share this news with you today, my brothers and sisters. What we're witnessing in Burkina Faso isn't just policy changes. It's the birth of a new economic paradigm for Africa. It's living proof that when we prioritize our people's needs over foreign interests, when we invest in our own productive capacities rather than perpetual importation, and when we combine visionary leadership with popular mobilization, there's no limit to what we can achieve as a continent. As the Prime Minister so powerfully declared at the inauguration ceremony, "The fatherland or death, we will prevail." These words capture the spirit of determination driving Burkina Faso's transformation. It's a spirit that says we will no longer accept the unacceptable. We will no longer tolerate economic structures that keep us dependent and underdeveloped. We will take control of our destiny no matter what obstacles stand in our way. So, my people, let's celebrate this victory today, but let's also recognize that the work continues. The Cissin plant is just the beginning. More factories will open, more jobs will be created, and more African communities will experience the dignity that comes with true self-sufficiency. The road ahead may have challenges, but the direction is clear. Forward, always forward. I want to hear your thoughts on this historic development. How do you see this model being applied in your own country? What lessons should other African nations take from Burkina Faso's example? Let's have that conversation in the comments below. And if you believe, as I do, that Africa's time has come, that our destiny is in our hands, then do your part. Like this video, share it with everyone you know, and subscribe to stay updated on Africa's rise. Because this, my brothers and sisters, is what liberation looks like. This is what happens when we dare to dream big and back those dreams with action. The revolution continues, and through platforms like this, we will document every step of this incredible journey. Until next time, remember, the future of Africa will be written by Africans, and that future is brighter than ever before. Power to the people. If you enjoyed this video, show some love. Smash that like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe for more inspiring African stories. Don't forget to share with your friends and family. Let's spread this good news together.